A very good evening to my fellow Toastmasters present in the room.
Good evening.
Starting off with the business session for today's meeting, we'll first have the announcement from the Vice President Education about the roles for next week.
Very good evening, fellow Toastmasters. So for the next week, 2 speech slots have been booked, one by Toastmaster Rachana and one by Toastmaster Gajendra. And TTM role has been booked by TTM Sushma, and all the other roles are open. I request the members to contact me to take up the roles. Back to you, President.
Thank you, Toastmaster Pavani. And the second announcement is about the area contests that happened on Saturday. I'll try my best to make this announcement with a straight face. First of all, we had a couple of our members taking up roles in that contest, the Area C2 contest. Toastmaster Jyothi here served as the Sergeant at Arms, and Toastmaster Saketh served as a contest master in those contests. And coming to the participants, Toastmaster Chetan and Toastmasters Industry and myself, 3 of us participated. And in the table topics contest, Toastmaster Chetan won the second place and Toastmaster Shuba won the first place. And in the evaluation contest, there was only one winner. Toastmaster Shivaprasad won the first place. So let us recognize all these participants and winners with a good round of applause. With that, we can conclude the business session. Over to the Sergeant Directors.
A very good evening, fellow Toastmasters.
Good evening.
Life is very unpredictable, right? One day you have everything. Love, friendship, wealth, health, and the next it can all just wipe away. The richest man today can lose his fortune overnight, just like when the Lehman Brothers in 2008 collapsed and leaving millionaires bankrupt. Even health, for that matter, often which is neglected or taken for granted, can change instantly. And nothing in life is permanent. Nothing in life can be guaranteed to stay the same. Amidst all these uncertainties, one thing that does not change is knowledge. No one can steal it from you, and it stays with us through high and low. You can snatch away a person's wealth, you can snatch away his position or status or material possessions, but you cannot snatch away his knowledge. And the knowledge that they hold have the power to rise again. Taking an example of Walt Disney, he was fired from his very first job for not being creative enough. And he went bankrupt in a very early stage of his career, and yet he used his skills and creativity to showcase the world and to make sure that he created an empire. Talking about J.K. Rowling, who faced countless and limitless personal struggles and rejections, but her deep understanding of the concept of storytelling made her who she is today by transforming her life forever, the Harry Potter story. So, fellow Toastmasters, during tough times, it's not wealth or the material possessions that saves us. It's just what we know and how we use it. Knowledge is power. Knowledge is resilience. And when you cultivate knowledge, everything falls into place. So, making life copacetic. Remember, it's a treasure that no one can take away. So, plant it, water it, and let it grow. With that, I would like to introduce a special person who is a powerhouse of knowledge. Why do I say that? Ask him anything related to movies or web series, he has an answer. Ask him anything related to politics, he has an answer. Ask him anything related to sports or chess or any games for that matter, he has an answer. And he is a curious person. He is a MCOM graduate currently pursuing his US CPA. He is a passionate wizard, enjoys playing badminton, chess and table tennis, and loves to read crime and thriller novels. With that, please help me welcome our President, Toastmaster Shuba, with the resounding round of applause.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Pavani, for that lovely introduction. As someone who has all the answers, let us start off with the meeting today. I don't see any guests in the room, so let us straight away have the minutes of the previous meeting number 1286 from our Associate Secretary, Toastmaster Chetan.
Good evening, Toastmasters and guests. Last week, 1286 was held on 14th of October, right here at 6. The meeting started off at 6:23 p.m. The theme of the week was Heaven on Earth, and the word of the week was obliterate. Business session had 2 announcements about the area contest and the open roles. The TAPG team for last week consisted of timer Toastmaster Veerabhadrappa, R-counter Toastmaster Jyothi, PP Evaluator Toastmaster Pavani, and Grammarian me. The MTG roles were held by MC Toastmaster Balaji, Table Topic Master Toastmaster Rachana, and GE Toastmaster Lalna. The prepared speeches, there were 3 speakers last week, with Toastmaster Madhusudhan, Toastmaster Mamatha, and Toastmaster Shiva. And these were evaluated by Toastmaster Shreya, Toastmaster Prashant, and Toastmaster Jyothi respectively. And coming to the winners of last week, our best TAPG role taker was Toastmaster Veerabhadrappa for his timer report. MTG was held by Toastmaster Balaji, our former president. The best evaluator was Toastmaster Shreya for her crisp evaluation. The prepared speech section was won by Toastmaster Shiva, and the best table topic speaker was Toastmaster Jyothi. Thank you, and back to our president.
Thank you, Toastmaster Chetan. Are there any changes proposed to the minutes of the previous meeting? If not, I shall consider them as accepted and open meeting number 1287. When I look at the theme, knowledge is power, what comes to mind is a Sanskrit Subhashita that a lot of you would have heard. Vidya dadati vinayam vinayatyati patratam patratvat dhanamapnoti dhanat dharmam tadas which means knowledge gives rise to humility. Humility gives rise to worthiness. Worthiness leads to wealth, and wealth leads to the capability of righteousness, which in turn leads to comfort and happiness. Well, once you start acquiring knowledge in life, and once you start looking at this world around you, it starts hitting you. It's a realization, in my opinion, that you know nothing actually. You start to realize that what you know is microscopic compared to what you don't know, and it will never change throughout your lifetime. And you essentially realize the more you read, the more you understand that you are a joke in this universe. And in my opinion, that ends up leading to the humility, which is the first stage. You have people, you might have seen them, they come here to the lectern and they crack jokes at themselves. Some of you might think it is a case of low self-esteem. I see it as a case of a lot of knowledge and a lot of inherent humility that comes because of that knowledge. On the other hand, all of you might have a different kind of person in your life, someone that walks around with a head that's much bigger than their shoulders can support. And you might say it's a problem of attitude. I can say it's, again, a lack of knowledge. Well, let's say you've amassed a good amount of knowledge and then you've achieved this humility. And then you move on to the next step, which is worthiness. You become worthy. Because of this humility, you win a lot of respect. You build a lot of relationships around the people around you. A lot of doors open up in life. A lot of opportunities arise, and you end up doing a lot more things. And thanks to this worthiness that you've built up, now you've amassed wealth. And wealth doesn't have to be financial. It can be social because of the beautiful relationships you've built. It could be physical health. It could be many more things. And now once you've amassed this wealth, it is because you're worthy enough, this wealth will stay with you. This wealth will only continue to thrive. You see a lot of people around you that have wealth, that might have achieved it through a shortcut or through a short time or have inherited it, but they end up messing it up more often than not. And it is probably because of, again, the lack of worthiness that has to come before the wealth comes. And again, the root is knowledge. And once you've amassed this amount of wealth, you become a person, a source that can carry out something that we call as dharma, something that we call as righteousness, to do the right thing, to help other people. Because what is the ultimate goal in life? To help as many as you can. And that gives you that inherent satisfaction, the happiness, the sukham that we refer to in the end, the peace of mind. And what more can a man ask for once he has that peace of mind? But what you do realize here is that the root was knowledge. We started off with knowledge, and it was because of that knowledge that you became so powerful. My fellow Toastmasters, indeed, as our MC has quoted today, knowledge is power, without which you're probably not going anywhere. And a lot of you might think, to amass knowledge, I have to sit with a book in my room, lock myself and read sitting on that chair. But there's a million ways to gather knowledge. Watch movies, play sports, do whatever, live your life to the best extent, and you're constantly gathering knowledge. And one more way to amass knowledge is to attend a Toastmasters meeting, watch people speaking there, and there is someone in this room who has been doing that constantly. And I can definitely tell you, he looks like someone who will end up wielding a lot of power in the future, thanks to the massive amounts of knowledge that he has gathered and he puts on display, especially during table topics responses. He's currently working as a full stack developer in quizzes as a part of the growth team. He spends his spare time playing strategy games like Hearts and Pokemon, and he enjoys reading and going out for a swim or a run. Anytime you want, you can reach out to him. Please give it up to our Master of Ceremonies for today, Toastmaster Chetan Vasisth.
Science didn't exist 400 years ago. The word science is just 200 years old. Back then, in the late 1500s, people believed in something called deductive reasoning. Deductive reasoning, which means everything is already known, and anything new that's discovered can be attributed to what is already known. Extending that, you can see that our ancestors knew everything, and with every coming generation, the pool of knowledge that humans had just kept shrinking. But one man challenged these beliefs. He thought none of this can be true, and that man is Sir Francis Bacon. You might not have heard of him, but he has profoundly influenced everything we say and do today. He is the reason why we associate science with progress. And he laid down the principles for what we call the Baconian method or the modern scientific method. It consists of 3 simple steps. Step 1, come up with a falsifiable hypothesis. For example, it takes 10 minutes to make a perfectly cooked egg. Step 2, come up with an experiment that you can verify. So I take a trough of water, put in hot water, drop in the egg and see how long it's going to take. Step 3, make observations on your data, come up with inferences and then document it. So when I did this experiment several times, I understood that 10 minutes gives you an undercooked egg, 15 minutes gives you a good egg, and anything over that, 17-18 minutes, gives you an overcooked egg. Now these are repeatable results that is documented, and every one of you can build on these results, and it's fully repeatable. So any one of you can test it, replicate these results at home. And this is the basis of the modern scientific method. And based on this pool of knowledge, power can be built. And Sir Francis believed in one more thing, that there are resources in our environment. And ultimately, if we are to derive power, it is through exploitation of these resources. And the source of that exploitation comes from knowledge. And that, my friends, is the history of the phrase, knowledge is power. About 100 years ago, one man believed that the source of power in public is public speaking. And that man, Ralph C. Smedley, started the first Toastmasters club in California, in a dorm room in the YMCA hostel. And that first meeting consisted of some 10 table topics that you can look up to this day. Interestingly, now our club, actually Toastmasters in general, has over 270,000 members distributed over 145 countries and over 14,000 clubs. Our club, Mekon Communication Club, is India's 4th oldest club and it is over 25 years old. We have some of our oldest serving members who've been here from the very beginning. And they come here to mentor us week on. So, with that out of the way, let's dive into today's business session. It will have 3 parts: the prepared speeches, which has 2 speakers today, and we have our table topic session by Toastmaster Mohnish, who's on his way, and our general evaluation will be conducted by Toastmaster Jyothi. So we have our TAPG team to help us through conducting a smooth meeting today. Let's start with our timer, Toastmaster Apoorva.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. I agree, certainly knowledge is power, but I believe timing is everything. As the time of today, I'll be timing various segments of the Toastmasters meeting, and I'll be denoting each of them with the green, yellow and the red card accordingly. For the table topic speakers, at 1 minute I'll be showing the green card, at 1 minute 30 seconds I'll be showing the yellow card, and at 2 minutes I'll be raising the red card. And for the prepared speeches, at 5 minutes I'll be showing the green card, at 6 minutes I'll be showing the yellow card, and at 7 minutes I'll be showing the red card. And for the individual evaluations, at 2 minutes I'll be showing I'll raise the green card, at 2 minutes 30 seconds I'll be raising the yellow card, and at 3 minutes I'll be raising the red card. I would also like to notify about the time deterrence, where every speaker will be given 30 seconds grace period to be able to be qualified for the ribbon. Yeah. Thank you, and over to the next.
Up counter, Toastmaster Rachana.
Good evening, everyone. As the R counter, I will keep track of pause filler words such as or I'll also keep track of repeated words. It could be anything such as so and so or and, as well as pauses and crutch words. I'll give my report at the end of the meeting. Thank you.
Our PP Evaluator, Toastmaster Veerabhadrappa.
Good evening, Toastmasters. PP means parliamentary procedure. India is one of the most democratic countries in the world. This democracy is taken care by the 2 houses. One is called Lok Sabha and another is called Rajya Sabha. The speaker of the Lok Sabha head is called speaker, and the Rajya Sabha is called as the vice president. The democracy is kept by these 2 houses, and they operate on standard operating. There are some procedures that they are going to operate these 2 houses so that the democracy is kept on a high rate. Similarly, Toastmaster is also, there is certain we have certain conditions which has to be followed during conducting. One that is entry or exit only during the applause. That is number 1. Number 2 is while speaking, don't use politics, sex, and religion. The third one is keep your mobile phones on the silent mode. Fourth one is make use of the word of the week, capacitic, meaning in excellent order. Everything is capacitic. It is all going perfectly. Please, I will give the report when called during the end of the meeting.
And finally, our Grammarian, Toastmaster Shuba.
Toastmasters. As the role of the grammarian, I will be using my knowledge of grammar to the best of my ability to check everyone's speeches and mainly noting down the good usages and the not so good usages. And the word of the day was already revealed by the VP Evaluator. It is copacetic, meaning excellent, order, or satisfactory. And the usage is everything is copacetic, it's all going perfectly. Thank you.
Okay, let's dive into the prepared speech section. Our first speaker is attempting level 1 project 2. So can we have the evaluator, Toastmaster Saketh, read out his evaluation?
Project purpose. The purpose of this project is to learn or review basic methods for writing a speech with a defined purpose and to present a well-organized speech on any topic. Notes for the evaluator, that's me. The member completing this project is working to write a speech with purpose. The speech they create must be well written and clearly focused. Their goal is to meet their expressed purpose statement with a well executed speech. About the speech, the member will present a well organized, well delivered speech. The speech may be humorous, informational, or any style the member chooses. The speech content and style should work well together. All the best to the speaker. Thank you.
Our first speaker, he's a fellow history buff, runner, and swimmer. He's an OG Bangalorean, been living around this area. I'd like you all to give it up to the man with the copacetic smile, Toastmaster Madhusudhan. A walk to remember. A walk to remember.
Bro, my manager finally approved my holiday request. I have 10 days off. Let's do something. At last, even I have 2 weeks off. But what to do exactly? Good evening, fellow Toastmasters. This was a conversation between a friend and I back in December 2022. Finally, we had some time to spare. However, we didn't have a plan, and I had to think of something quickly. Whenever I'm stuck, I take a walk to let ideas find me. So that's what I did. I went on a walk. First, I thought of a trip to Goa, but too pricey. Next, a Himalayan trek. Beautiful, not the right season. Then I thought of an adventure trip to Rishikesh. Exhilarating, but it'll be overbooked. Nothing seemed right. Until I finally had an aha moment. So I quickly called up my friend and I said, bro, let's go to Mysore. By walk. Surprisingly, he said, yeah, let's do it. No hesitation whatsoever. We spent the next 2 days in planning our itinerary, down to the minute details. You name it, we planned it. And given the less traffic, we decided to take the route through Kanakpura. So we were set 4 days, 135 kilometers to walk, and memories to be made for a lifetime. We started from Silk Institute metro station. And although the initial stretch of roads were bad, the conversation and the quest to find a good hotel for breakfast kept us moving. Finally, we found one, and after having scrumptious meal and energizing coffee, we got back to our walk. Now, we decided to leave the main road and take a parallel dirt road, an offbeat trail of sorts. And that's when our problems began. The trail was dug up every few meters for pipeline work, making it seem like we were crossing a sandy desert. And it was deserted for long stretches. No trees, no shops, no houses, and no people. Just the two of us at the mercy of the sun. And to add to our woes, there were dogs. Too many dogs. All barking at us and one or two even running after us. But as they say, barking dogs seldom bite, and luckily we didn't get bitten. And just when we thought all our worries and troubles are behind us, we got lost. He missed a turn to the main road and just kept walking straight. This cost us valuable time and energy just to get back on track. By 2 p.m., we had walked 25 kilometers in 8 hours. And now we had reached Pyramid Valley International, a spiritual center near Harawali for some rest. We walked in, found a nice lawn beneath a tree, laid down, closed our eyes and passed out. When we opened our eyes, the watch said 4 p.m. And our target for the day was to reach Kanakpura, another 18 kilometers away. So we started again with renewed vigor. We made good progress. We covered 8 kilometers in 90 minutes or so. And we thought we would hit our goal for the day. But then our bodies gave up. My calves, glutes, and hamstrings were screaming in pain, while my toes were covered in blisters. My friend was struggling with severe cramps of his own. What had seemed so simple and trivial had now become a tough mountain to climb. So we sat by the roadside for a few minutes, deliberated, and then made the decision to call off the walk. In total, we had covered 33 kilometers in 9.5 hours or so. Later, we caught a bus back home, and a day that had started with so much promise and excitement ended with a whimper and a hard lesson in endurance. Now, you might be wondering, I go through with all of this in the first place. Well, you see, walking for me has always been my way of reconnecting with myself. It's not just about the physical effort, it's about exploring my thoughts, observing the world around me, and finding peace, even if that peace sometimes comes with sore legs. So that's why I made the plan, to find peace and a sense of unique achievement, but I fell short. Back on the bus ride, I went through a range of emotions. Disappointment for not finishing. Anger, because it felt like I gave up too easily. And self-doubt, because of having even considered such a crazy thing was possible in the first place. But as I reflected, I realized that even though we didn't complete the walk, we had gained a new perspective. The real value wasn't in reaching Mysore. It was in us pushing our limits and embracing the experience. Every step was an opportunity to learn something new. It taught me about my physical limits, that proper preparation is required to achieve any goal in life, and that even setbacks can be stepping stones. And honestly, how many people can say they walk 30 plus kilometers in a day? It's a great story for me to share, and it's a reminder of the journey that I'm on. I'm training again, and step by step, you better believe me that I'll be conquering this walking challenge sooner rather than later. Maybe with some bandages and Volini this time. So, fellow Toastmasters, let this story be a reminder that sometimes it's not about the destination. It's about the journey, its unexpected twists and turns, and the lessons we learn along the way. So take that first step, embrace the challenge, and see where your path might lead you to. To conclude, I quote Robert Frost, "I took the road less traveled by, and that has made all the difference." Thank you.
For our second speech today, which is a level 3 project 2, can we have the evaluator's report by distinguished Toastmaster and U Bhat?
Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, this is a level 3 project. It's about using presentation software. The purpose statement says the purpose of this project is for the member to introduce or review basic presentation software strategies for creating and using slides to support or enhance a speech. The purpose of the speech is for the member to demonstrate his or her understanding of how to use presentation software, including the creation of slides and incorporating the technology into the speech. So there are some specific instructions for the evaluator. During the completion of the project, the member reviewed and learned about presentation software and the most effective methods of developing clear, comprehensive and enhancing slides. About the speech, the member will deliver a well-organized speech on any topic. The topic should lend itself well to using presentation software. Work for clear, legible and effective slides that enhance the speech and the topic. All the best to the speaker and back to sir.
Our second speaker today is a happy homemaker. She loves to travel and she loves to dabble in art. When she's not helping her kids, she'll read a book. Let's hear it for the girl with the lovely smile, Toastmaster Mamatha, with the speech titled Granny the Nano. Granny the Nano.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters. I'm not a guest today. I think in this room, every one of us have heard of grandmother. There is nobody who doesn't know what a grandmother is, because the generation is like that now. So Shiva would have heard. U Bhat sir would have faced a granny because he's the oldest. Okay, so even I am in the between Shiva's generation and sir's generation. So even I also know granny. I think every one of us, has gone or heard about grandma stories, what she or he, grandma, grandpa undergone in those days. And we have seen what we have undergone, and we are going to see what our next generation is going to do. So that's how the title is Granny to Nano. Nano is nothing but 10 to the power of 9. That is, 9 is nano. So 10 to the power of 9, it symbolizes the chips, whatever we are dealing with today, irrespective of the fields we choose. Either it might be in a medical field, or it might be in an agricultural field, or in a technology. So as the number rises to the power of 10, the size of the things what we use reduces. That is why Granny to 9. That is the introduction. Here is the second slide. See, these were the days where there was no technology, or there was no TVs, there was no phones, or I think these days people about 20 who are present in this club can relate themselves to. The first slide is this, what we see in the village during any festivals like a jatra, everybody gather together and they celebrate. And second one is where I can relate, I playing those games, few of those games, not the first one too, okay, and the rest of the 3 I played with my friends. And the second, why the so many changes which has come from the granny to nano? What made people to change so much in every field? Okay. Why industrialization? See, these days most of the things what we relate is to industries. For example, the clothes we wear till the products we use to eat or to live our life, to earn ourselves, everything is dependent on industries. So why these industries came up initially? Okay, because there was so much of resources which was present in the past. You can call it as agriculture, you can call it as a manpower, okay? Apart from knowledge is a power, the only lacking is the knowledge. Those days there was no books, there was no technology, there was no westernization, nothing. People were living in the villages or in fact in the Bangalore. I couldn't find a few of the slides where how old Bangalore looked like to showcase how the present Bangalore is, to compare both the slides. Okay, and there was people who had a more of wealth. They started thinking how can I grow my wealth? Okay, that's how they started opening in many industries. And people, where they were getting the crops were not utilized in the right way. Because, for example, farmer wanted some means through where he can make a wealth. That's how the market started coming up, and that's where the industry started coming up to reduce the manpower of beating, taking a paddy and making it to the rice where it is cooked and eat. Those days, those paddy to rice being taken up by the humans, but these days the machines has come up. There is no work for a human anymore. That's where the industry entered again. And here is the different revolutions which has occurred. The first revolution started in 1784. I think you wouldn't have even heard of those days, how the people were. Okay. The second is 1870s. This is where these Maharajas and the history books what we have read in schools, we can relate to that, how many kings were there and what industries were there in those days. Third is where we can see our parents relating to that. And the fourth revolution is what we are half seen of the past third revolution and what I am going to see in the future. And the fourth revolution is where my kids are going to see in future. That is where the fourth revolution is. And what are the benefits of these revolutions? As Chetan told, knowledge is power. But those days there was no knowledge, but there was everything apart from knowledge. They had a peaceful life, everything. But as these industrial revolutions came, the wealth they wanted to make. So that's where these started. Those are the benefits. The country's economy has grown, India's economy has grown, and the industries has grown. People have got their jobs, their way of living has increased, and they are getting to know what is good, what is bad, and we are getting benefited in the field of medicines where the number of people dying just because of feticides. That is, I can relate to more where there is no matching of the blood group of a mother and a child. The child dies. That is called feticide, I feel. Okay. So that can be avoided by using this revolution. So there are many benefits like that. And farmers, even they can get their income back by the paddy through the form of selling the rice is much early. In those days it used to take 1 week, 2 weeks like that because there was summer, sun used to come, it used to dry up. Then those cooking up days was not. Now they just dry it and take to the factories, the rice is coming out. So the many benefits are there. And social changes, yes, the way we dress ourselves and the way we communicate with each other. So those are the social changes. The next is the benefits of why this, how we are getting benefited from these revolutions. That is the productivity. Yes, we can see the productivity. Flexibility, for example, transportations, communications between each and other person from the far off the places. And competitiveness. Competitiveness is where the one industry is growing higher, the another industry has to grow higher, so they have to make a better machineries to get imported. Then profitability. This is the economy. No problem. If I don't mind using the ribbon, but I have to finish the slides. Okay. So the profitability and the safety. Safety is, we call it safety, but as we are going to the AI, where I gathered some information in artificial intelligence, that data what we have feeding in the softwares is going to get leaked out, and they are going to get every detailed data of ours, irrespective of whether we have a security code or security password, whatever it is. And ecology, okay, this is where I think the revolution has got a big change and where it is useful. Because those days what the waste the people were doing, those days those people didn't know how to reuse it. But these days the used clothes has been used in the form of mats, plastic, reused form of plastics, reusable energy is there. And This is the biggest disadvantages of the revolution, industrialization. One thing, as I told you, since everything, whatever we are seeing now, okay, the disadvantages are more when compared to the advantages. Disadvantages is, one thing is the relationship is getting lost, second the data is getting leaked out. In spite of being such a huge development in the health, still the lifespan of human living has been reduced. Last week I lost one of my school friend. I am 40, so he just didn't get up from his sleep. So in the past 3 months, I lost 5 of my school friends just because of heart attack, even though they are living in the village. That is the biggest drawback of the industrialization and the technology we are using. I can say why it is a drawback. One is because when you talk or when you communicate with a person, okay, they will share your emotions, your feelings. Mobile won't share your emotions and feelings. Mobile can't respond. You can just waste your time on technology or industries, but you can't get back what you feel it as a relaxed and peaceful. Why now tourism has increased? Because you are going away from the industries. Tourist places never has industries. You are taking all your items or whatever you have got in the urbanization and you are going far away from urbanization. That is the best example what you guys or what we are seeing, what the disadvantages of industrialization. And here are the 2 more slides and what we can teach our kids. The best things we can teach our kids is the values of each and every product they are using these days, what it is and how tough it is that they are getting to make those items. We can teach them to build a relationship. I can see my own kids spending more time with me or with his grandparents. They are spending more time on TVs and phones. So there is no communication at all. The bigger we are growing, we are reducing our lifespan. So I request every one of us, parents are here, grandparents are here, future going to be parents are present in this hall. So I request every one of member who is present in this all to carry forward this cultivating and taking a next generation to show them what we were in the past and what we are going to get in future, so they can understand with our knowledge as a power. So they have a knowledge. I think they are better, comparatively people who can compare what was there good and what is going to come about. And with this, thank you, and back to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mamatha, for the existential crisis. For our second session today, it's the exciting table topic session. And since there are no guests in the room, I'll not explain it because he's going to do it anyways. So let's hear it for Toastmaster Mohnish.
A very good evening to my fellow Toastmasters. So should I explain? So a typical toast, this is by far the most exciting, is what I would say, session of the day, right, in the meeting, where I would be giving out topics and all you wonderful Toastmasters would be speaking try to speak for 2 minutes. Even if you take a pause in between, it's okay. Nobody's going to laugh at you, they're going to clap at you, so it's okay. But take your time, think about it and speak. So, to start off, the first topic for today is the victors always make the rules. I repeat, the victors always make the rules. This topic goes to Toastmaster Vijay Upendra.
Thank you, table topic master. Good evening, Toastmasters. Welcome, guests. Victors always make the rules. I don't agree with this. The reason behind that is all victories are not very well defined. It happens just like that sometimes in life. There is a wave, let us say. Because of the wave you got onto the top. Suddenly wave diminishes. You can't stay there. So going there and how we are going to dictate rules there is a question now. So a person who is really victorious by putting hard work and acquiring the knowledge. Using the power of knowledge is more important than just acquiring the knowledge. Tons of books we read. To what extent that we really apply in life, that really matters. You may have, just like a computer, you have a lot of knowledge inside. Right type of button should be pressed for the utility part of it. In the same way, we need to know what is that we are going to apply in life, what purpose, the direction. That is very important. So that I may not be a victorious person, and yet I can define certain rules and regulations when I set as an example to my peer group. Why not this way? We can look at it. Why always we say that only heroes are going to decide everything? Need not necessarily be. Common men like us, when we have the confidence within ourselves, we can definitely set the rules so that peer will accept us. Thank you and back to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Vijay Upendra. It was very insightful, a different view of what we thought. So, for the next topic is education the same as knowledge? Is education the same as knowledge? And this goes to Toastmaster Veerabhadrappa. Is education the same as knowledge? Education is education and knowledge the same.
Education and knowledge is the subject that what the Toastmaster has given to me. I have been in industry from long time. I have two sides of. I can correlate this statement in two ways. One thing is, I have one worker. He has just even not passed the SSLC, but his knowledge is so much. Whenever I send for a servicing, even the customer demands him to come and only send that person. He doesn't have an education, but he has a knowledge. Very peculiar phenomena I observed in that person, and he tries to solve the customer problem, so the customer wants him to be there to sort out his issues. Another one is, my daughter is working as a gynecologist in Dubai. My wife is working as a gynecologist in Bangalore. But what my wife does operations, complicated operations, my daughter cannot do it. See, she has my daughter has a knowledge, whereas my wife has a knowledge, whereas my daughter is having the education. Here, my wife cannot get a job in Dubai because she is not having the qualification. But she can do conduct operations more than what this thing is doing. My dear friends, what is the best thing? Knowledge and education combined together. If it goes simultaneously, that is the best way to deliver things. So knowledge with wisdom are highly essential. In fact, our children should be taught with a person who has a knowledge and as well as a wisdom. If that is not missing, our children will be of other type rather than the wise one. So thank you very much. I hand over this.
Thank you, Toastmaster Veerabhadrappa. insightful again. So, the next topic, how has technology changed the way we communicate? I repeat, how has technology changed the way we communicate? And this topic goes to Toastmaster Bhavana.
Okay, so good afternoon, everyone. How has technology changed the way we communicate? We have social media now. That is, there are different ways of communication. Like we have social media, which is we can reach a lot of people together. I mean, at the same time, which is very beneficiary in one sense. Maybe if there's something wrong happening in one part of the world, like we can unite against that wrongdoing through social media. That is a very good advantage. When we talk about social media, we often talk about the negatives, not about the positives. So I think social media is a good thing. The only thing is we need to learn how to use it properly. We get addicted. Obviously, like one of the best brains are sitting there trying to make it addictive. So, yeah. How else? Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Bhavana. So, the next topic, the best advice I never took. I repeat, the best advice I never took. Toastmaster Gajendra.
So best advice I've never took. Take life seriously. I feel that because lately I've been regretting my decisions from past my entire life. Yeah, like starting from I think UKG, from not learning things. I mean, I do learn it, but I don't like take it in. I've been I'm preparing for CAT right now, and I was good at math my entire life. I'm still good at math, but I'm not good at certain part of maths. Like it might sound very dumb, but I don't know how to form equations properly. But once I form the equation, I can like easily solve it. For example, I can solve equations like Raju bought 2 grapes and Raju bought 2 pencils, and he had 50 rupees left when the budget was 50 rupees. So you can that's very easy. But like more complicated ones, his father is so many years old, and the other person's father was so many years old. How are they related? Like how can you? I don't know if it's math also. Like for me, math was just numbers, and then when they got in father's age, they were like, okay, there's something else right now. Yeah. So the advice which probably my mom told me, I think, was take life seriously. And I was about 7 years old, and I said no that time, and I regret it right now. That's it.
Thank you, Toastmaster Gajendra. Thank you, Dr. Lassie. So, moving on to the next topic. Should we colonize other planets? I repeat, should we humans colonize other planets? This topic goes to Toastmaster Rachana.
First time, I was actually hoping it would be me. I love this topic. Toastmaster Mohnish, thank you. no answer. Should we colonize Mars, for example? In favor of yes is the Earth might get hit by an asteroid, or we'll just kill it faster with climate pollution, etc., and environmental degradation, and so on. And so we have to colonize Mars as an alternative. On the other hand, you have an opinion that says, instead of pouring the billions and billions of dollars that you spend in colonizing Mars, you could spend that in coming up with new technologies to revolutionize and prevent climate change or stop it in its tracks. Personally, I don't have an opinion. I think it's far too complex. But I personally think that those that say yes, you should colonize Mars and other planets, I just think that's a very exciting venture. And with space travel and space travel, a lot of technologies have come out of it. So I personally think it will be a very exciting thing if we do try and colonize Mars, because a lot of good things can come out of it. And that's my take on it. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmasters. Now, the next topic is, what would you do if you had an extra hour every day? I repeat, what would you do if you had an extra hour every day? And this topic goes to Toastmaster Apoorva.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters, dear guest. What would I do if I had an extra hour every day? First thing is, I'm hoping that extra hour is the time when my son is at school, because I'll have all the freedom. I would certainly try to make it productive. Firstly, I would, I've been craving for this from a very long time. I want to start playing badminton again. Right after, I think the last time I played badminton was a few months before I got pregnant. After that, I've never got an opportunity to play badminton again. There's like the other club members were playing badminton, like I know few club members who were playing badminton. I always want to join them, but still now I can't because I can't. They usually play during the evenings, and that's the time when my son is around. It's one huge responsibility. I wish I could go back to those days when I was free from the responsibility. I could just do things like in the spur of the moment, make decisions, make plans, and just rush off, go out and do whatever I want, be it play a sport or anything, or go to a restaurant or meet friends. This is something I crave for a lot, but I think I've kind of made, or rather I'm forced to make peace with it, because I can't go back to those days now. I just wish I could go. So if I'm getting an extra hour, I would surely get back to playing some sport or learn a new skill. That would be great too. I would maybe do it like an alternative thing. One day I would go play a sport. One day I would go learn something new. That way, it's like the best of both worlds. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Apoorva. I'm sure everyone thought about something else in 1 hour. Yeah. So, the next topic is the pros and cons of a cashless society. I repeat, what are the pros and cons of a cashless society? And this topic goes to Toastmaster Shuba.
As we're moving into a more digital society where even a pushcart vendor has a QR code on his stand and he sells vegetables. Now we don't even look for our wallets. We just see where's the QR code and we start to scan it. And for me, it has become more like money has just become a number rather than connected to a bank account. Because when you're dealing with physical things, there's that the emptiness of your wallet is more evident. So, of course, both has pros and cons. Now that everything is recorded online, every transaction there's a GPay record of it. So it's easy for the government to track things. But demonetization won't affect anyone now. At least not as much as it was. So cash full society. The pros of it is, I mean, you deal with something physical, money is more, maybe you value money more, and maybe, okay, times have also changed in terms of technology. So if you see an ad on Instagram, you don't think twice. You just, through Instagram itself, you buy something that you probably didn't need, but you could do it at an instant because of the online payments. So I think maybe personally, while cashless societies come with its conveniences, that then data becomes more important, your personal details, because your bank account could, tomorrow it could be zero because of some scam transaction. But at the same time, bundles of cash at home is also inconvenient, people get robbed that way. So yeah, those are the pros and cons of a cash and cashless society.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shuba. What would you do if you were the last person on this planet? I repeat, what would you do if you were the last person on this planet? Our topic goes to Toastmaster Jyothi.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mohnish. Good evening, Toastmasters.
Good evening.
What would I do if I'm the last person on this planet? I would really have a good time. You see, all these years, we have been told to interact with others, understand others, do things for others. And I have spent most of my life doing things for others, understanding others. I don't think I have given time for myself to know what am I, who am I, what do I want, why do I do certain things, what makes me do certain things. So it's actually a good way. Like recently my son was telling me that maybe in a couple of hours he will venture out somewhere else, and my daughter will also leave the house. So all these years, in my X number of years, I have not stayed alone. So it will be actually adventurous to know what will I do if I am all alone. And maybe after those 2-3 years, I'm thinking 5 to 10 years it will take the universe, the world to collapse and me be by myself. So that way, thanks to my son who is going to give me, my children rather, who will give me an opportunity to be myself and to understand how do I build up to be by myself. So I think it is very important for each one of us when the topic says if you are the only person in this universe, it provokes a thought that if I am the only person who has to listen and understand to myself, what would I really do? Would I be comfortable with myself? Would I want to be with myself? Would I want to listen to what I say? Would I understand to what my needs is? I think it's an amazing thing to be by yourself. Thank you, and over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Jyothi. Okay, with that, we come to the last topic of the session. So, is it better to be a leader or a follower? I repeat, Is it better to be a leader or a follower? Topic goes to Toastmaster U Bhat.
Mr. Table Topic Master, fellow Toastmasters and guests this all. Very relevant topic for Toastmasters because we come here week after week to learn communication and leadership. So leadership is very important. But how many people are comfortable with leadership? At least I am not. I would much rather be a follower than a leader. It makes life much easier. In fact, that is one lesson in my last 45 years of married life. This is one thing I've learned. She says something, I go there. The life is very simple. You don't have to think, you don't have that vision, the perspective, and what is going to be happening in future, and what action we should take, what we should do, what we should not do, all complicated stuff. Whereas someone else decides for you. And I got all the faith. Now our president is there. He knows what is good for the club. So whatever Shiva says, yes, we will go ahead, we will do that. My problems are solved. It's that much easier. So leadership is a very, very big responsibility. And the challenge, and it has got its own flip side. It's what you'll always be thinking, what will other will think if I fail, what will do. If somebody says, if something goes wrong, then I will be responsible. Why take all that into Be happy and make your life simple. And only thing, make sure that you are going behind the right leader. Because, as Stephen Covey says, when you climb the ladder of success, you ensure that the ladder is leaning against the right wall. Similarly, when you are going ahead in life, follow the right leader. I have made my decision, I follow my wife, and that solves my problem. I think that would be okay, but select the right leader. That's what my take on that.
With that, we come to the end of the table topic session and hand the charge back to the Toastmaster.
I didn't introduce Toastmaster Mohnish. It's my bad. So let me do it now. Better late than never. He's developed a new hobby in reading and spends most of his day bringing in the big bucks at an interior design firm. And to top it all, Mohnish is spelled with 2 H's, not 1. I understood recently. So anyways, with that, we'll take a 10-minute break and return. Well, welcome back. Knowledge is still power. Remember, with newfound knowledge that our GE is going to give us, our meetings are going to get more and more powerful. So, today's GE is MCC's original drama queen. She, her stories have the best climax. You should see some of the build-up that she gives. I have thoroughly enjoyed that build-up. Like there was that speech she told about the accident she did not have, and I thoroughly enjoyed the climax of that speech. Anyways, let's hear it from our drama queen, Toastmaster Jyothi.
Thank you, Toastmasters Chetan, for that wonderful, special introduction. Good evening, Toastmasters.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Knowledge is power, and over a period of time we gain knowledge, and that is how some people are powerful. Today's meeting started at 6:27, which I think we were waiting for most of our members and role takers. If not, we could have started in time, and maybe because of the weather, people thought to come or not to come. So, okay, let's go ahead. Business session was, we were told about the area contest that was held a couple of days back, and the table topic runner-up was Toastmaster Chetan and winner was Toastmaster Shiva. Again at the evaluation contest, Toastmaster Shiva took the first place. So a big round of applause for the winners at the contest. Sergeant at Arms Toastmaster Pavani started it with her energy and radiance. She started the meeting very well. She spoke about a couple of things. I would tell Toastmaster Pavani that she spoke about Walt Disney, J.K. Rowling, and how tough times helps us to create a knowledge, and tough times is the one where knowledge increases to build up our resilience. What I would suggest Sergeant at Arms Toastmaster Pavani is to speak on the topic. She's a couple of it was spoken about Walt Disney and J.K. Rowling, but a personal story would add on to how a person has built on their knowledge through which they feel powerful in their day-to-day life would have been much more impactful. And of course, her connecting it and introducing President was wonderful. So a big round of applause to Toastmaster Pavani. Secretary Toastmaster Chetan, his minutes of meeting is very crisp and concise, covers up all the important information that was held in the previous meeting, and those information is so concise that it remains in our mind and we are intently listening to it. So a big round of applause to Toastmaster Chetan. And as always, I would like to put in a note about President Shiva's speech. It is so impactful, like the knowledge that we have is so microscopic, and we think we are knowledgeable people, which actually we are not, and there is so much to learn. And like what he said, the knowledge which leads to worthiness and which leads to wealth, which need not be finance as always. Many of us fail to understand that wealth is not only money. Wealth, today it is considered only as money, but we have so much wealth within us. If only we could bring it out, create it, and keep it as an asset, which he said so wonderfully. And also to add in my experience, I have learned knowledge is power only when you share your knowledge and do it for the welfare of others. That is the only knowledge, and that is the only powerful knowledge that anyone can ever do. So a very, very, very beautifully articulated speech by Toastmaster President Shiva. A big round of applause for him. So let's start with the evaluation for the first speaker, Toastmaster Madhusudhan, for which the evaluator is Toastmaster Saketh.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and my target speaker, Toastmaster Madhusudhan. A Walk to Remember. Nice title. Well, your speech purpose statement, actually coming to the overall, it is difficult, and to give a speech back to back, especially when you've given your icebreaker last week. So kudos to you on that. Now, coming to the speech purpose statement, you've written to inspire, and you did inspire by a storytelling on your journey to Mysore by walk with a friend, and how it was not a cup of tea for you to achieve that, and how you could work on it to reach that goal. So amazing storytelling. And like that's a skill that I feel like you've got inbuilt, which many speakers work very hard to achieve that. So great. And you had a lot of good quotes, like to find peace and unique achievements, setbacks can be a stepping stone. Then it's not about the destination, it's about the journey. And Robert Frost's quote, it was too big, so I didn't write it down. But where I connected with your speech was walking. How it helps you connect with yourself. I find that very connecting because I do a lot of walking. It kind of clears my head. So trying to find an achievement and peace, walking and reaching myself, good, amazing. And you had an amazing humor. I feel like you have a dry humor, again, which is a rare quality in a speaker to find. And where you can work upon is the stage presence. I felt like you were stuck here, you didn't move here, maybe here. Maybe when you said the first 25 kilometers, you could have walked up, and when you had to take a turn, but you went straight, maybe you could have shown that. You could have used the stage presence a bit better there. And when you started off, you started like this. So maybe you could have come this side, maybe refer to yourself like, bro, I'm planning something. And your friend maybe come this side, so that you don't get confused. And you kept your phone in the lectern. Maybe you can avoid that. If you really want to, keep a note, then write it down on a piece of paper.
It's checking for the time.
Oh, that we have a timer for it. So, and where you can challenge upon is the voice modulation. I felt throughout the speech you were on the same tone. It was kind of getting monotonous. So maybe anyway your next project is on that. So you can work upon. So overall summary, great storytelling, good quotes, humor. Where you can work upon is the stage presence, the pauses. I felt you didn't give the pauses, and the voice modulation. So I'm looking forward for more speeches from you. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Saketh. That was a wonderful evaluation that you gave. You have a very well articulated way of putting your evaluation, and it is your words and gestures are very free flowing. So it comes very natural to you. A couple of places where you could work on yourself is like when you spoke about the phone was on the lectern, you were looking directly at Toastmaster Madhusudhan. It need not be only for Toastmaster, the speaker, it could be a general evaluation for the entire members. So that is the reason he answered back saying, okay, no, I find it, because it was direct conversation between the two of you. And also, when you end the evaluation, work on ending it on a positive note. You did say good things and all, but the last sentence you said was, if you move around a bit more and gestures, and it was looking forward for more. Maybe a last note that your confidence or your script content was too good, but otherwise your confidence and the way you speak is very, very impactful to the listeners. A big round of applause to Toastmasters. Now I would call upon DP and MU to evaluate Toastmaster Mamatha's speech.
Madam General Evaluator, fellow Toastmasters, and Toastmaster Mamatha in particular. Let me congratulate you first on taking us on a conducted tour of the technology and the change in lifestyles as it evolved over so many centuries, rather the last 3 centuries. Wonderful job. I will deal with your speech in where you really excelled and where you could have done differently in 2 ways. The first thing is where you excelled. First thing is you succeeded in establishing certain amount of credibility in your speech. That amount, because it could see the amount of research you have conducted on this speech and how you are convinced, or you have that conviction, and that came out across in your speech. That is what is required. You are successful in delivering what you wanted to say, what you want to convey. That's what I felt. Wonderful job done there. And this speech is about your ability to create the right kind of slides and the way to present it in an effective manner. I will concentrate more on that. The first thing is you are used only 8 slides. That is really wonderful, because more number of slides, more distraction, and it doesn't help. Very nice. And your organization of the slides also is very important, very nicely done. You went on from the first beginning, granny old days, how it happened, then it can go to before revolution, how it was, then why the changes happened, you went to that, and the changes that happened between 1789 and the present day artificial intelligence era, technology era, and benefits of change, disadvantages of change, and how to tackle and how to take our younger generation to make adjustments for that. Wonderfully done. Organization of the slides is excellent. Now, having said that, I will tell you where you could have done different. See, this is about your ability to create slides. Your slides were good, but I would have, first thing I would have said is about the lectern. The slide presentation is about in the lectern. So far as you are seeing the ability, so you are obstructing the view of some of the persons if the lectern was in place. You would have probably put it aside. That's the first thing in any of these slide presentations, you should ensure that lectern is not there. That's first thing. And the kind of slides you used, you could have worked on these font sizes. There were some of the slides there were too much text. You should not have it. Maximum 4 or 5 points, maximum, not more than that. No slider points and all that. And there should be clarity, sharper images. Many of the things are faded, so you could not give on that. So that is one thing I've seen. And your sharper this and time you have to give on. Another thing what I found is you should master the technique of using the laser pointer, and so that you don't have to look at this and say, and my next slide is going to be, no, it's not like that. It should automatically come. You should go on explaining without probably looking at it, just cursor look and change the slide and talk about it without looking at it. It's not necessary, so that you will got contact also, and at the same time you are knowing, because you know what is there in that. You don't have to look at it, we have to look at it. So that's how it is. So otherwise, overall I find that your speech has been very thought-provoking and valuable for all of us. It is a guide for the younger generation also, how you should come to terms with technology and adjust to the lifestyles and see that relationships are not lost. There is the crux of that, and which you have been successful in delivering that. Congratulations on that. Take up your next speech as a back to you.
Thank you, Team U Bhat, for that wonderful, crisp evaluation. It is really very mesmerizing to listen to DTM U Bhat's evaluation, because it speaks about his minute observation and his keen listening skills that he has. Like, for example, he congratulated and summarized the entire speech of Toastmaster Mamatha in one sentence in the beginning itself, like how she conducted and delivered the PPT. So everything was covered in that one sentence, which actually made us listen to it, and I think it is much more to learn from him about building upon our observation and listening skills. Big round of applause to DTM U Bhat. Let's table topic master was Toastmaster Mohnish. So very well conducted table topic session. He introduced the session, but the one thing one can add during the Toastmaster table topic session is to also add about the timings when the speaker has 2 minutes to talk. I understand because there were no guests today, he went on directly, but as a practice it would be good enough to talk about the timings. And also his topics were very, Toastmaster Mohnish topics were very interesting and simple. What I would tell Toastmaster Mohnish is to challenge yourself to come and attend the meeting more often, which would actually add on to his stand behind the lectern. You have that confidence and the tone and the presence of mind. A bit more of practice behind the lectern would add on to your
confidence and stand. Also, when we address the speaker to come behind the lectern, it is in Toastmaster we practice to add the title, that is Toastmaster Shuba or Toastmaster Rachana, or like he mentioned Toastmaster MU Bhat, but it is DTM MU Bhat, which is very important. But again, overall a very wonderful table topic session which each one of us spoke about the timing support upon the board. And a big round of applause to Toastmaster Mohnish. I would now like to call upon the TAPG role takers, timer Toastmaster Apoorva, to come and give you a report.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. Today the meeting commenced at 6:28 p.m. When I know because of the rain and everything, meetings are getting delayed, but maybe we could try to be more prompt on time, including me myself. The welcome by Sergeant termed by Toastmaster Pavani, the time allotted was 2 to 3 minutes, whereas she took 3 minutes 10 seconds. The presidential address by Toastmaster Shiva took 5 minutes to 2 seconds when the time allotted was 5 minutes. Introduction to the Toastmasters evening was 20 seconds when the time allotted was 1 minute. Report on the previous meeting by Toastmaster Chetan, the time allotted was 2 minutes while he took 1 minute 48 seconds. Master of Ceremonies, Toastmaster Chetan, took 11 minutes 59 seconds when the time allotted was 20 minutes. Speaker 1, Toastmaster Madhusudhan, took 6 minutes 46 seconds when the time allotted was 5 to 7 minutes. And his evaluator, Toastmaster Saketh, took 3 minutes 15 seconds when the time allotted was 2 to 3 minutes. Toastmaster Mamatha went a little overboard. When the time allotted was 5 to 7 minutes, she spoke for 11 minutes 50 seconds. Maybe you could cut down on that. Our evaluator, DTM MU Bhat, his time allotted was 2 to 3 minutes. He also went a little overboard, and he went on to speak for 3 minutes 44 seconds. I must mention that they crossed the time deterrence and won't be eligible for the ribbon. I don't know if I can mention it because Toastmaster Shivas. The table topic master, Toastmaster Mohnish, took 23 minutes, while the time allotted was 20 minutes for the table topic session. The individual time for the individual speakers for the table topic session has been mentioned on the board. And the general evaluation till now has been taken around 19 minutes. And thank you. Over to the judge.
Thank you, Toastmaster Apoorva. This shows your effort in multitasking of listening and also keeping an eye on the table is time is really remarkable. To add on, as a timer, the role of a timer is to give the timings that the speaker has taken behind the lectern and not to comment on whether they have gone overboard or not, that either the GE or the evaluator will do it. So that we can avoid as a comment on their timings. And now I would call upon Toastmaster Rachana for giving the counter report.
Thank you, Toastmaster Jyothi. So here's the counter report for today. Toastmaster Pavani, flawless. Toastmaster Shiva, flawless. Toastmaster Chetan, 2 hours. Timer Toastmaster Apoorva, 1 hour. Our counter Toastmaster Rachana, 3 hours. Toastmaster Shuba, flawless. Toastmaster Veerabhadrappa, flawless. Toastmaster Madhusudhan, flawless. Toastmaster Saketh, 2 hours,
1 crutch word like. Toastmaster Mamatha, 3 R's, 1 repeated word third, and 1 crutch word okay. Toastmaster DKM and U Bhat flawless. Table topic master Toastmaster Mohnish 1 Toastmaster Bhavana 1 Toastmaster Rachana 1 Toastmaster Apoorva 2 and coming to the general evaluator Toastmaster Jyothi 3 and 1 repeated word and. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rachana. Again, the TAPG role takers, it shows about their listening skills and how intently they make effort to listen to the speech and to the number of R's and ums one uses. So a big round of, we'll come to that later on. So let's go on with the PP evaluator Toastmaster Veerabhadrappa's report.
I am very delightful to say, so far meeting went on copacetic. All the standard operating procedures are being met. Number 1 is no coming and going, only coming and exit, and the entry was there during the applause only. Number 2, all the mobiles were in a dead stock or in the vibration mode. Number 3 is none of the, except myself, with intentionally I use this word, I have not come across any speaker using this word. Am I correct, my dear Toastmasters?
3 people are using it.
Used it. I am an old man, hearing is a problem, kindly excuse me. So all went on well. I don't think any flaws here. It went on smoothly. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Toastmaster Veerabhadrappa, for the evaluation report. If I'm not wrong, there was one phone which rang here. That could be later on, we can keep it on silent mode. And as a PP evaluator's role, it is to speak only about parliamentary procedure and not to speak about the word of the week. The word of the week will be spoken by the grammarian. And now please welcome Toastmaster Shuba as the grammarian to give her report.
So I'll start with the people who use the word of the week. They were Toastmaster Pavani, Toastmaster Chetan, and Toastmaster Veerabhadrappa. Now coming to the not so good usages, I know we all have the tendency to add another nari to itinerary, but it's itinerary, just itinerary. There was no TVs, phones. Can be there were no TVs and phones because it's plural. I can't see. Oh, this is the first time.
You can put it yeah.
Coming to the good usages, what we know and how we use it, powerhouse of knowledge, head much bigger than their shoulders support, amassed wealth, wielding a lot of power, deductive reasoning, falsifiable hypothesis, the source of power is exploitation of resources, memories to be made for a lifetime, scrumptious meal, offbeat trail, the mercy of the sun, barking dogs seldom bite, deliberated, every step is an opportunity to learn something new, embrace the challenge, the wave diminishes. Using the power of knowledge is more important than just acquiring knowledge. Knowledge with wisdom is highly essential, best of both worlds, and follow the right leader. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shuba. Toastmaster Shuba, you have a very easy and interesting way of pronouncing the vocabularies, which is so interesting to listen to. And you highlight the vocabularies so very well, which actually retains in our mind. So with this, a big round of applause for all the TAPG role takers. Now coming to our special person, the Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Chetan. Wow, that was a wonderful theme that you had taken, selected for today. And Toastmasters Chetan, he started rightly, immediately saying that science was not there 400 years back and just 200 years old. Wow, for people like me who are not intellectually high at all, it is quite a learning for us. And I've always seen Toastmaster Chetan has a varied selection of theme, and he puts in a lot of effort to work on the gathering the information and in putting it across. And this also shows his caliber of his intellectual abilities, which I am really in awe of. And what I think you can do is give some personal touch when you speak about the theme. Like for example, you said the egg can boil in like 10 minutes, 18 minutes, so 15 minutes roughly it will be well cooked. So what was the knowledge? What power did you give? Maybe if you could say that this knowledge of understanding egg takes 15 minutes to cook, I have 15 minutes more time, which makes me powerful because I manage my time. Powerful need not be too big as power itself. Small things also gives us power. And also your confidence and tone is very impactful. One suggestion: when you welcome the speakers, a grace and energy to introduce them will make them feel good and bring more energy to the speakers when they come behind the lectern. Apart from this, interesting themes, and also, yeah, you later on introduced Toastmaster Mohnish later on, but very interesting theme, and I would like really love to listen with your topics, whether it is MC or table topic. You have very varied things to give information, which actually comes to me as I gather those information. And a big round of applause to Toastmaster Chetan. I think with this I've covered all that has to be done by a GE. And to talk about the knowledge is power, the knowledge to know that at Toastmaster, we can stand behind the lectern, and we stand behind the lectern only to learn and not to impress, gives us the power to come back to the lectern again and again and again to increase our knowledge and power, so that we go and execute it outside in our day-to-day life. With that, back to the Master of Ceremony, Toastmaster.
Toastmaster Jyothi has a relevant point. After learning about how to cook eggs, it did make my life easier. So I'll tell you what I do with it. I cook, I spend about 10 minutes to heat the flame, and then take the eggs, drop it in, and give it 15 minutes. During that time, I make a phone call, I set my bag up for the next day. So in a total of 25 minutes, I have set up a routine for my next day, because that's exactly the amount of time required for the eggs to boil. So now I have 3 eggs ready for me for the next day's lunch. And yeah, that's knowledge which gives me power. Anyways, I think we can close today's session. So everyone please vote on the ballots, and we'll head it back to our president.
Thank you, Toastmaster Chetan. That's what a meeting you've conducted today. Knowledge truly is power, and I hope I had the knowledge to say that today's meeting was copacetic. The word sounds more like a health condition than what it actually means. One request to all our speakers, I genuinely feel the need to say this today. And I know Toastmaster Mamatha took the speech slot at just a couple of days before this meeting, and she hardly had time to prepare. So when you see that red flag and you see the timer struggling and she's raising it again and again, what you can do is somehow conclude that speech right then and there, because at that point what the rest of the room is doing is they're looking at their watches or their phones, they're looking at the timer, what are you doing? They're pointing at her bell and all of that. So any speaker, this is not just to Toastmaster Mamatha, right? Let's say your speech or your evaluation is taking much longer than it should, and you realize that is happening, you can just cut it short. Because the whole point is not just to win a ribbon, right? The time deterrents are there, okay, they are there for a reason, that is fine. But much more than that, it is for you to be able to summarize and deliver your content in that amount of time. So that is one more point of having those 7 minutes or 3-minute limit for all the speeches as well. So other than that small thing, we've had a good meeting today. Especially our TAPG role takers have done an amazing job. They were the highlight of today's meeting, at least according to me. The effort that Toastmaster Veerabhadrappa has put is truly inspiring, or the timer Toastmaster or our Grammarian or our counter. They've done a thorough job, and I really have to commend that. So with that, let us get into the winners of today's meeting. Starting with the best role taker, TAPG. Yes, when she takes up the Grammarian role, very few others stand a chance. It goes to Toastmaster Shuba. Use flash. Best role taker, MTG. Thorough job by our table topics master, Toastmaster Mohnish, and our seasoned GE, Toastmaster Jyothi as well. But truly knowledge is power, and one of the most powerful men in this room, our Master of Ceremonies, wins best role taker, MTG. Toastmaster Chetan. Best table topic speaker for today. Well, you know what? Not taking life seriously might just be the best advice you've ever received. It goes to Toastmaster Gajendra. Best evaluator for today. This is a rising star in the making. He has not only started his evaluation well, but he's summarized everything in the end, and I really like that about this evaluation. It goes to Toastmaster Saketh. And the best speaker for today. Of course, as I mentioned earlier in the meeting, knowledge is power, and there are a million ways to acquire knowledge. One of them just might be to go to walk to Pyramid Valley and come back and give a speech about it in Toastmasters as well. Our best speaker for today, Toastmaster Madhusudhan. Congratulations to all our winners, and request to our members, please continue networking downstairs when we're done. With that, I close meeting number 1286.